your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Take a look at this. So it's a time lapse of the clouds from today. It was really overcast early on our Roofing Dog iNet Ratcher weather camera. But look what happened in the afternoon. The clouds breaking apart a little bit, seeing a little bit more blue. And finally, some of that sunshine breaking through the last few hours. Definitely less overcast than what it was earlier this morning. Pretty nice, right? So we're taking a really nice evening tonight with comfortable temperatures into the mid-70s. Looking really good. No storms, no severe weather expected here tonight. The storms are going to return for tomorrow, but enjoy this evening. Temperatures getting a little cool, though, down into the mid-60s. We'll talk more about the rain for tomorrow coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Brent Christensen's girlfriend, his former girlfriend, spent all day on the witness stand. How she says she recorded him for the FBI.
Farmers had to get out the shovels today, while digging in had nothing to do with planting.
And it was a good book given to Illinois' favorite son. What's on display here at the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Museum.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
Sex, serial killers, and secret recordings. Brent Christensen's ex-girlfriend was on the stand all day testifying as a witness for federal prosecutors. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Today, Tara Bullis told the jury how she secretly recorded her boyfriend for the FBI. Brent Christensen is charged with killing U of I scholar Ying Zhang 2 years ago. Today was day 7 of his trial. WCIA 3's Aaron Eads has been there from the beginning, covering the trial for us. He's live in Peoria now. And Aaron, Christensen already had a hunch someone was watching him.
Yeah. I'm still kind of paranoid they're listening to me. That is a direct quote from Brent Christensen, and we know that because he said it to Bullis while she was recording him. She says the night of the walk for Zhang, she met Christensen on the steps of the Krannert Center to save the device's battery life. She went to the bathroom a few times to turn it on and off. At one point in the bathroom, Bullis says she emailed the FBI, then deleted the emails. And as it would happen, she testified Christensen went through her phone when she got out. After the concert, while the two were walking around campus, Christensen detailed how he says he killed Zhang in his apartment, laughing as he said he cut her head off. Bullis says she was terrified of Christensen at that point, but kept the conversation going. And she says Christensen was not drunk when he said all of those things. In court, Assistant U.S. Attorney James Nelson asked her, quote, how does it feel to be testifying against him today? Terrifying, Bullis said. So why are you doing it, he asked. Because it's necessary, is what she said. Now, during the cross-examination today, defense attorney Robert Tucker had Bullis point out she was the one who introduced Christensen to BDSM and the social media site FetLife. She says she showed him demonstration videos of flogging, and the defense suggested she didn't have much of a good concept of how much Christensen had actually been drinking the night of the walk-in concert. Now, after 7 days of federal prosecutors making their case, they are expected to rest it tomorrow morning. The defense will make their case tomorrow. They expect that will take about half a day, maybe a little more. Live in Peoria, Aaron Eads, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Aaron, thank you so very much. Now, every day we are updating you on what happens in the courtroom in even greater detail than we can bring you here. So download our WCIA 3 News app to get all of the latest updates and alerts. And here's an update for you. An Illinois man accused of bombing a Minnesota mosque tried escaping from jail earlier this year. Prosecutors say Michael Harry tried escaping while being transported to a jail. However, they didn't give out any details about that escape attempt. Prosecutors did say Harry was later moved to another jail and put in solitary confinement after trying to disable a security device in his cell. Harry led a white militia group in Clarence. He's also accused of trying to bomb the women's health practice in Champaign.
We have new details about a theft in Taylorville. Police released the name of a woman they say stole donation money for wounded veterans. Tristine Hampton is being charged with misdemeanor theft. She turned herself in earlier this week. Hampton and another man were caught stealing on a security camera at a Kroger. Police are still looking for the man involved. Heavy flooding forced a family of 4 from their home in Moultrie County. It happened near Church and Main Street in Bethany. The street around the house was surrounded by water. Officials say the water was a few feet deep. Firefighters and a dive team were on the scene. They helped get the family out safely.
I know the American Red Cross contacted me because someone had put in a request for shelter for them.
The department says many of the roads are better, but some people who had water in their homes are still trying to clean up the damage. Heavy flooding in Moultrie County is making work more difficult for farmers, too. Many are wondering when it will end. Instead
of waiting on their harvest, they're doing all they can to keep those crops alive, the ones they even got in the ground. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays live in our newsroom. So, Jamie, you were out there. How much water was in the fields?
Jennifer, the water was nearly a foot deep where I was standing, and farmers I spoke to said they're doing their best to stay hopeful despite the heavy rain. Aaron Gingrich works at Gingrich Farms. Over the last week, they have gotten up to 6 inches of rain. About a quarter of their fields have flooded. Now they're starting a process to get rid of the water. He calls it ditching. They use their shovels to dig a path for the water to flow out. Farmers say if they don't get that water removed, it could cause problems.
There's a lot of factors when you start having crop underwater. You know, does it still have the same nutrient load that the rest of the field does, or are you going to have to treat that separate if you can get it to survive? If it does die, you got to go back in and replant it.
Once the water starts draining, it could take anywhere from 12 hours to a full day to see results. Now, Gingrich says the constant work this season has been mentally exhausting, and he's hoping for a week of dry weather sometime soon. He says that could really help turn things around for them. Live in the newsroom, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
And Jamie, not only mentally exhausting, but physically exhausting as well. It's got to be hard on your back to do all that digging.
Yes, definitely. I didn't give it a try, but it definitely looked like hard work out there.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about a quarter of your fields. All right, thank you so much.
He played 3 years for the Fighting Illini, where Michael Finke is headed after playing college hoops.
Also tonight,
we are announcing to the world the acquisition of a truly wonderful piece of history.
They are some of the most sought-after artifacts in the world. What Abraham Lincoln find was unveiled in Springfield.
It was a pretty nice day across central Illinois. Well below average for the high, only 74, 10 degrees below what is normal. We could be as warm as 103 like it was on this day in 1953. On the Roofing Dog at Adams Memorial's weather camera, calm night. We'll talk about storms coming back tomorrow and the severe weather threat that could come along with them coming up next.